Good evening, everybody. 409. Yeah. So slow down. Slow down. And I only say that to y'all because I had to say that to myself. And I'm not talking about slow down in life. If life is picking up speed, then pick up the speed. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying by slow down is like when you making decisions, slow down and really think about what you really want to do. Boom. I'm going to give y'all a prime example. It's a wild dog by my job, so please excuse the non-bright lights. So like I'll give you an example. So they very recently, I had, I had made plans, right? Well, I agreed to some plans. Let's just say that. I agreed to some plans, and because I'm working on my impulsivity, I'm very impulsive. So it's just like, we be like, okay, we going out, here we do. Like, you got to catch me in the moment while it's happening, while it's going down. So made these plans, and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, yeah, I get all excited and stuff. Everybody knows I get excited. So then the worst thing a person can do is give me time to think. Because, honey, boom. So as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, and anybody who knows me, who's close to me, knows one of my favorite lines to say is, I don't like the way that's making me feel. I didn't like the way that was going to make me feel after I went through with this plan. I'm like, I don't know. Like, giving a person time to think sometimes can be your detriment, especially if you got ulterior motives. You feel what I'm saying? So as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, slow down with your decision making. Give yourself enough time to say, all right, let me check in and see how I feel. Because a lot of the times in that moment, you feel great until you start to think about it. And it's like, I don't really know if that's what I really want to do. Which leads me to my next topic. So I had a client today. Well, I can't call them clients. I had a resident. So I had a resident today. We're having a session or whatever. Excuse me. And then towards the end of the session, he's like, Miss Mercer, what do you do? So I'm like, you gotta elaborate. Like, what do you mean? In what realm? What do you mean? Like, what do I do? He was like, what do you do? I'm like, you gotta be more specific than that. When you asking me, what do I do? He's like, well, I just do what makes me happy. So I asked him again. I said, you do what? He says, I do what makes me happy. So I'm going to say this, and people may not agree with me about what I'm about to say. I think that is the dumbest thing ever. Because you could tell somebody be like, oh, I do what makes me happy. What if smoking crack every day makes them happy? Have you ever thought about that? Or they say, oh, I do what makes me happy. So what about them having a jab on a slab every goddamn day? Is that okay? We don't even have to resolve. We don't even have to make it about drugs. What if they say, okay, I like money, like money makes me happy. Making money makes me happy, but they go about a slimy, slithering house way to do it that may end them in jail or worse, death. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do what makes you happy, right? If you do things that are productive that makes you happy, that is amazing. But just to say, hey, do what makes you happy, I think that's the dumbest piece of advice. I truly believe in my heart you should do what you can live with. We're going to repeat that one. You should do what you can live with. Do what you can live with. That's it. Do what you can live with. If you can live with doing some of the things you do, then by golly gee Josh, go along with it. Because some people say, what if killing people makes somebody happy? You understand what I'm saying? Like, do what makes you happy. Listen, it depends on your mindset and where you at in life. And that's real talk. Do with what you can live with. And that's what ties into what I said earlier in this video. Slow down. Slow down with your decision making. Really discern if it's for you. Because I tell you, I am the queen of listen. I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't like that. And I learned that from therapy. Check the therapy out working. You know what I'm saying? Like, do with what you can live with and slow down your thinking and truly discern if that's what you want to do or not. And do what you can live with. Every day, when you making decisions every day in life, do what you can live with. For tonight,